Something must be wrong. It's a bubble that's gonna break. It's Murphy's Law. But I ain't gonna waste time with the negative. You know that I'm throwing away my lucky charms. I'm gonna think positive. You're the only luck I need, and that's for sure. I'm gonna leave it in the hands of fate and not ask for more. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law. Murphy's Law.
I said to her, Bromine, do not be jealous of my good fortune. Someday, perhaps, you will be lucky too and meet the man of your dreams.
You got stuff on your face again.
Oh, it must be so endearing to see me this way. I only hope it does not affect the pedestal you have placed me under.
You have nothing to worry about.
Oh, Ronald, it's so fun being love vultures with you.
Birds. The phrase is love birds. How much did you pay for that English course?
Just think, sweetie cake. Every day for the next 50 years, we'll be waking up in the same bed. Then I think of our wedding night. I get chills.
So do I.
Ronald, what happened? Are you right? Please.
Good night. Me up more.
The accident on Radford Road.
I'm sorry, sir, but we need some information. Names?
Ronald Alberts. My bride, Helvetica.
Do you have insurance, Mr. Alberts?
Take your pick. Take them all.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
Hey, 3-minute eggs. Take 3 minutes.
I'm on hold listening to elevator music.
Hey, they play it to calm you down, so you're not so angry they put you on hold in the first place.
Finally, a human voice. I'm sick and tired of standing here. Just put me through. No, I won't hold.
More elevator music?
They got a big collection. Back so soon. I want to talk to my lawyer, Arnold Epstein. Disbarred? Why? Indicted? For what? Sentenced? What'd he get? Wasn't enough. Nerve of that guy. Going to jail right in the middle of my case.
What for?
Fraud, extortion, bribe judges. Why couldn't he do some of that stuff for me?
I never liked him anyway.
Somebody named Feldman is handling my case now.
Oh, look on the bright side. Maybe he'll be better than Epstein. Certainly can't be worse.
In a world of possibilities, I always get Epstein. By the time I get to see Kathleen, I'll need bifocals. All right, Feldman, I don't want no song and dance. All I want is to see my daughter.
You certainly have a subtle way of introducing yourself, Mr.
Murphy. Sorry, I was looking for a Mr. Feldman.
My father or my brother. Although I can't imagine you need the services of a gynecologist or a 12-year-old boy.
You're Ashley Feldman?
And you're Daedalus Patrick Murphy. The child visitation case?
Sorry, I was expecting somebody more,
Male, mature.
crooked.
Well, I hope an honest woman isn't a disappointment.
Not if you can get me visitation rights to my kid.
It appears you're behind on your bill here.
That's why I called Arnold. I managed to scrape a few $100 together.
Keep it. Let's both start fresh.
If fresh means a brand new retainer, it better not be a big one.
I don't want a retainer.
You don't?
I want this case.
You do?
I want to go up against Charles Danforth.
Why?
Because he's a partner in one of the biggest law firms in the city. Normally, he'd pass this case off to a junior associate. But since it involves his own stepdaughter, he'll handle it himself.
You're a big chance in the spotlight.
That's a crass way to put it.
It's a crass thing to do, especially when there's an 8-year-old kid in the crossfire.
I'm young and hungry, Mr. Murphy. Some people consider that an advantage. Of course, if you'd rather get yourself another Epstein and pay another retainer and wait another 6 months, that's up to you.
You're a very convincing young woman.
You should see me in front of a judge.
You're late, Murphy.
Why? You ask me that every morning.
Because you're late every morning.
I had a meeting with my new lawyer.
What happened to your old lawyer?
Visiting some of his clients who put all this junk on my desk.
This is your new case.
That's not a case. It's the Eiffel Tower. It's going to take me the rest of the year to read that.
No, it would take a competent investigator the rest of the year to read that. Since you never read anything, you can start investigating right away.
I'm kind of pressed for time these days, Wes.
Well, I'm pressed myself to nab the fox.
The fox?
Yeah, a con man. What he does is get married to some poor, desperate, illegal immigrant, someone who wouldn't dare testify against him in court for fear of deportation. Then he stages a car wreck on their honeymoon.
Murder!
No, nobody actually dies.
Assault!
He doesn't inflict physical
So he
pain.
robs them.
No, he doesn't rob them. He robs us.
In other words, it's just another insurance case.
Well, obviously, you don't share my passion for the insurance industry. But the company wants this solved, Murphy.
Okay, what's his name? Where does he live?
Well, we don't know. He keeps changing it every time he gets married.
Well, why does he keep getting married? You don't have to be a newlywed to file an accident claim.
Appearances. What insurance company is going to turn down a young couple on their honeymoon? His latest bride. Helvetica Sarkey.
Sounds like a typewriter.
Murphy, get to work. Murphy, get to work.
Murphy! You have? We have? They have? Thanks.
What happened? What's going on?
I have a court date on Thursday. If everything goes right, I'm going to get to see Kathleen.
Oh, that's great, Murphy. Spread the joy. Nab the fox.
Dr. Carter, call 3498. Dr. Carter, please call 3498.
Who are you? What do you want?
Name's Murphy from First Fidelity Casualty, and I'm looking for a Helvetica Sarkey Alberts.
As you can see, my sister is near death. Heartbroken.
It is possible I may recover.
I need to speak to her about her husband.
And when I do, I kill him.
Helvetica has been shamed.
The police were here. They told us all about the fox who deceived her.
How do we know you are not a friend of the fox?
I never met the guy. I don't even know what he looks like. Oh, what does he look like?
Ugly.
Monster.
Eyes cold.
What color cold?
Ugly cold.
Soon they will be empty sockets.
You see that camera, mister? That is why we come to America.
Hard to come by in the homeland, huh?
Not the camera, the way of life, the American scheme.
And now, look what has happened. The pictures from the wedding are not yet developed. And our sister's honor is ruined.
The beast must pay. The beast must
You're not
pay.
excited, Helvetica. You promised it, doctor.
Maybe I can help. If you could give me some information.
Now, he betrayed her. No, she trusted him, and he betrayed her. And now you're asking us to trust you, a perfect stranger with funny accent? Ort's right. Time you leave. Go.
I get the picture. Thanks, fellas. It was a pleasure talking to you. Sorry about the wedding.
I rip his heart out with my bare hands.
How do I look?
You look fine.
Sure?
Don't lose confidence now.
How about my tie?
There. Feel better?
No.
How about now?
I couldn't get through this without you.
Is that the caseworker from the Child Welfare Department?
Miss Summers.
Hello, Mr. Murphy.
Why do I get the feeling we're going to the same courtroom?
Well, you have Miss Feldman. Mrs. Danforth has, well, Mr. Danforth. I guess you could say I'm here representing Kathleen.
Walk with us?
Absolutely not, Mr. Murphy. I'm sure you can understand why. It's just that Mr. Murphy is an unorthodox man, and I'm afraid that stability isn't one of his strong suits. But he cares about Kathleen a great deal. In my experience, Your Honor, that's the most important single criterion.
What's the recommendation of the Child Welfare Department?
That he be allowed provisional visitation rights, 2 or 3 visits to establish some sort of communication. Then we'll come back here and reevaluate.
I've never been fond of provisional visitation rights. In my experience, Miss Summers, it can be confusing and even damaging to the child.
I don't agree with you, Your Honor. I feel...
Thank you for your report. Mr. Danforth, do you have anything to add?
We don't believe that Mr. Murphy's entitled to any visitation rights whatsoever. He's an Owen drunk, with an unstable personality who's barely holding down a job.
Mr. Murphy has been sober for the last 10 months and has held his present job for nearly 4 years. He's neither drunk nor unstable.
He's also involved in a cohabitational relationship.
With Kamiko Fanucci, who's here today at my suggestion. Some people may see a solid relationship as a liability. I see it as an asset.
There's also the question of the little girl herself. She has no knowledge at all that Mr. Murphy is her biological father. Right or wrong, she's been told that I am. Now, if she were to be told differently, her entire world would crumble.
She's going to find out sooner or later. You're just postponing the hurt.
Ms. Feldman, this court has been down this road before with Mr. Murphy.
Let's talk about this road, Your Honor.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Mr. Murphy doesn't belong to the downtown men's club. So unlike Mr. Danforth, he never bumps into you in the steam room. He's never held a 5-iron in his life. So he doesn't run into you at the country club either.
Don't like what you're implying, Miss Feldman.
The two of you even belong to the same yacht club. You're together in one social situation after another.
I hope you're not suggesting we're guilty of any impropriety.
Your Honor, the conflict of interest here would raise eyebrows in any appeals court in the state.
You're out of order.
Mr. Murphy deserves every opportunity under the law to see his daughter. If he isn't given it, I can only assume that my suspicions are correct. And I will ask the Bar Association Ethics Committee to look into this matter within a week.
You're not going to listen to this nonsense.
Naturally, this court will follow the recommendations of the Child Welfare Agency. Mr. Murphy, you will visit Kathleen for the next 2 Sundays between 10 and 4 p.m. Miss Summers will act as guardian for both those visits. I want everyone back here in 3 weeks. We'll decide then if this is a satisfactory situation or not.
It'll be satisfactory, Your Honor.
You better stay sober, and you better stay employed. And you better not do anything to interfere with Mr. Murphy's visits. This hearing is adjourned.
Sorry, love. No milk.
You need a coffee.
Oh, lovely.
Coffee, mate.
Oh, haven't you got any milk?
Not sure I'm gonna like this.
It's always the first time.
Nice. Very nice. Could get used to this.
I bet you could.
Believe it or not, plenty of people prefer Coffee Mate. However you discover it, you'll be glad you did.
Alfred Lord Tennyson's romantic poetry inspired.
Whoa! Hey! Last time you went to this much trouble, it was our anniversary.
This is an anniversary. 8 hours ago, in a judge's chamber in this very city, my heart started beating again. Beef stew, Mom's recipe. Boiled potatoes, Pop's recipe.
Gourmet Irish meal.
We're simple people. Apple juice, sparkling. I said to myself, why go halfway? What do girls Kathleen's age like to do? The zoo, the aquarium?
Something active. Ice skating.
I can't skate.
Don't take her ice skating.
No. Always go with your first instincts. I'll take her ice skating.
No, those are my first instincts. What are your first instincts?
To ask you. I don't know anything about this stuff. To parenthood. What do you think?
It's even better than the 87.
Oh.
Nervous?
Well, maybe a little. Okay, I'm terrified. Happy.
You'll be fine, Murph. Hey, you taught her how to ride a bike.
She thought I was an insurance salesman. That's a little different.
Murphy, there are worse demons to beat, and you did that. So give yourself a little credit.
That kid's world's gonna turn upside down on Sunday. What if she hates me for it?
Hello, T.
Whatever you think I did, I can give you 6 reasons why I didn't.
Where is camera? Why you stole our camera?
I can't catch the fox without knowing what he looks like. And your sister, charming girl that she is, it wasn't much help.
You like Helvetica?
No film.
Maybe it fell out.
And maybe your body to the fox, trying to help him smother his tracks.
Fellas, I gotta get to work.
Take us to photos, or Ort will play bingo with you.
What's bingo?
Favorite sport back home. Involves men, beasts, crutches.
Turn right at the corner.
Thanks.
Mind if we take a look at those?
That's the fox.
That's the fox? I thought you said he was ugly.
He is. You can see why he used mail order service to get Helvetica.
Mail order?
Brides to Go magazine. Helvetica took out ad. She's no spring parakeet.
It's time we begin working together, Mr. Murphy. Find the fox for us.
And do not fail if you wish to use your ankles again.
I want off this case now.
No can do, sorry.
I've had it with the fox and those loony Sarky brothers. I'm taking my daughter ice skating. I need my ankles.
What?
Be a pal, Wes. Give it to Victor. He deserves it.
I'd love to help, Murphy. I really would. But my hands are tied. The word came down from upstairs. You have 10 days to catch the fox, or you're out.
Since when are they giving out ultimatums like that?
Since 9 o'clock this morning. I don't get it either. But orders are orders. Peck called me himself.
You mean if I don't catch this guy in 10 days, I gotta go tell the judge I don't have a job? What a lousy trick.
What are you talking about?
Peck's a member of the yacht club, right?
He's the president.
Good old Charlie Danforth, pulling every string he can get his hands on. You tell Peck I'm gonna shove the fox down his throat. Whew.
Mate wanted.
Not for me, for you.
What, Asian beauty desires romance? Boy, have you got some explaining to do.
Helvetica met the fox in this paper, and this is where we're gonna find him, too.
Rights to go. Using me as bait?
Well, you don't actually have to meet him. We'll just send your picture in and let him come to us.
I thought you wanted off this case.
Well, I still do, but the only way it's gonna happen is if I catch this guy.
You know, this could be risky, Murphy.
It can't miss.
No, I mean, you know, what if I get a proposal and it interests me?
Who am I to stand in the way of mail-order love?
You're a good skater.
Thank you.
How's school?
Fine.
What's your favorite subject?
English.
No kidding. I was terrible in English.
Really?
Don't you think it's time you should take a little break now? Oh. You want a soda?
No, thank you. Why are we doing this?
Doing what?
Spending the day together. Are you trying to sell me insurance?
Oh, no. No, I'm not an insurance salesman. Well, I have something very important to tell you, Kathleen. Charles Danforth isn't really your father.
I know that. He's my stepfather. My mom's second husband.
You know that?
I just told you.
I'll be damned. Do you know who your mom's first husband was?
Sure.
You do? What do you know about him?
My dad's much more important than Charlie. Even though Charlie's nice, too.
He is?
Father's descended from royalty in England. He's kind of a James Bond. Handsome and dashing. He beats bad guys and goes to exotic places.
Where'd you hear all that?
Oh, I just picked it up here and there.
I know your father, Kathleen.
You do? How?
I'm very, very sorry to have to tell you that. He's not descended from royalty unless you count a king or two from County Cork. Your father's right here.
Where?
You're looking at him.
Not. You can't be. You can't!
Kathleen! Kathleen!
Oh, thank you.
We meet again.
Hey, let me go.
Whoa! Why you are not out trying to capture the fox?
I don't capture people on Sunday. It's a day of rest.
Why your daughter run from you?
How do you know that's my daughter?
You investigate the fox. We investigate you.
You bozos, stop following me, and I can stand by myself.
Your daughter is what's taking you away from the hunt.
Forget her.
Can you? Long enough to catch the fox?
I'm working on it.
We can do anything to help.
Yes. Leave me alone after you help me off the ice.
Help you, mister?
What's all that?
Vandals. Happened last night.
I'm here to see Marissa Danforth. Name's Murphy.
Oh, appreciate you coming back, Mr. Murphy. It sure makes my job easier.
Coming back?
Thanks, Joe. I'll take it from here.
Yes, ma'am.
It's a little late to try undoing it. We've already had a photographer here to record the damages.
I had nothing to do with this, and you know it.
Judge Gruber's smart enough to know it didn't get there by itself.
I need to talk to Kathleen.
She's not here. Charles has taken a riding to try and get her out of her depression. I knew this would happen. You're back in her life for an hour, and you break her heart. How predictable.
What time's she gonna get home?
Wait for your next visit, which I guarantee will be your last.
How did it go?
Swell.
I got my first marriage proposal today.
I am wealthy man eager to spend cash on someone of your quantity. Quantity?
No, I think he meant quality. He even sent me his financial statement.
In what language?
So this is how big shot insurance investigator lives. No wonder insurance rates in your country are high sky.
What are you doing here?
Friendly visit. Hey, don't I know you?
I hope not.
By the way, you owe me thanks, Murphy. I did you a big favor. Now maybe you can concentrate on catching the fox.
That looked like your handiwork. On the side of Marissa's house.
Bride's to Go magazine, page 62. Asian beauty desires romance. I wrote you a letter. Why you pick him?
She didn't, you idiot. We're using that ad to trap the fox.
Trap, very smart.
If he likes it, maybe it's not such a hot idea. Go home. Do something constructive. Watch Sesame Street.
I can tell you a portion of great quantity.
Write me back.
What was that?
Why don't you write him back and find out?
What am I supposed to do? Come right out and ask Jack if Danforth is pressuring him?
Why not?
Are you nuts? He doesn't even remember my first name.
Or you'll ask, so if it backfires, he won't know who to blame.
Tell me about it. He still can't remember he made me a vice president last month. I'm gonna be a claims manager for the rest of my life.
Find out about Danforth. It's important.
Oh, it's important. Just once, I wish somebody would ask me to do something trivial.
Mr. Murphy, can we talk? It's important.
You heard the lady. Go to it. Don't let your job stand in the way of something that's important.
Did I come at a bad time?
I'm allergic to paint. I didn't have anything to do with that.
Oh, that's not why I'm here. I want to push your next visit with Kathleen back a week.
Why?
She's upset and angry. She needs to cool off.
Miss Summers, you're the expert, but I don't think an extra week is going to cool her off. It might even make things worse.
I'm doing this for you. Your next visit may be your last chance with her. I don't mean legally, I mean psychologically.
Right now, my ex is telling her what a mistake this whole thing is. 2 weeks of mother-daughter talks, and Kathleen's going to believe her.
I feel strongly about this, but you're the one with the court order. I can't
Good.
force...
Then the court order stands. I'm seeing Kathleen this Sunday.
We'll
Bulgarian weightlifters, Ukrainian weightlifters, Siberian weightlifters. Wow.
Mail call.
Anything for me?
Just a few pieces. Mind letting me in on the fun?
No, it's nothing. Some of these letters are just kind of nice.
But a bunch of lonely perverts, you mean?
Murphy, how can you say that?
Well, who else writes in for a bride?
Dear Miss Asian Beauty, ever since my mother died last year, I've been looking for a gentle, good soul with whom to place my trust and love.
That's pathetic. It's worse than pathetic. It's sick.
It's not true. Rodney's just very sensitive.
I mean you. You're not supposed to be enjoying this. What's this little pile for?
Some of the more interesting letters.
What, are you starting a hope chest?
No, it seems like a shame to throw them away after these men have gone to all this trouble for me.
Believe me, it's no trouble at all.
Oh, well, there's thousands more where those came from.
I'll be back by 6:30. Maybe we can grab a bite.
Oh, sure, great.
Sorry to leave you with all this work.
Oh, I'll struggle through.
What a trooper.
Good luck, Murph.
If I had a nickel for all the times you said that.
You'd have a lot of nickels.
Wes, hi, it's Kimmy. Yo, what are you doing today? Okay, we'll drop it, all right? We got a date with a fox. Yeah, at the coffee shop at 9th and Wilkins, Sunday at noon. Oh my God, that's 2 hours from now. Wes?
Do you have any idea how beautiful you are? I've been a subscriber of Brides to Go magazine for a long time now. You understand what I'm saying?
Many words.
Nice. Good. Perfect.
Thank you. You not mind I not talk English much?
I don't mind if you can't speak anything at all. So much for preliminaries. What do you say? Let's get married.
I offer you never ask. Be here 15 minutes.
Wonderful. Now, the Garden of Bliss Wedding Chapel opens at 2. If we leave here now, we can be the first online.
We married today?
Why wait? I love you. You love me. Besides, the Garden of Bliss has a Sunday discount.
I overcome with joy. But first, time to padanos.
Miss Finucci, this is the men's room.
You heard him. He wants to get married. Now!
Isn't that great? Now we got him right where we want him.
That's right, Wes. I led you to him. He's all yours.
No, you can't quit now. This is a golden opportunity. None of his other wives will testify against him. It's up to you.
Other wives? No. I'm not doing this, Wes.
No, well, think of the service to First Fidelity Casualty. Think of Murphy's job. This way he'll be able to save it.
I always dreamed I'd have a big church wedding, surrounded by family and friends, and I'd be wearing a frilly white dress, and I'd be engaged longer than an hour.
Oh, is that a yes or a no?
Not leaving me alone with him.
Have no fear. Wes is here.
I'm ready to marry now.
All that's left is for you to sign a few forms. Do you read English?
I'm learning.
Okay. Health department certificate? Wedding license?
License.
Sign it. Trust me.
Want to sit down?
No.
Okay.
I didn't even want to come here. My friend Trish's birthday, and she's having a party.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to put you through all this. And maybe I shouldn't have done it.
Just don't take me ice skating again, okay?
Fine. I want to talk.
Why'd you pick this place? I don't even like it in the summer.
I'd be mad, too.
What do you mean?
Furious. I wouldn't have come today. I would have told Miss Summers, forget it.
I tried.
Not hard enough. I had to lock myself in my room. Just because some jerk says he's my father. I mean, what right does he have now after all this time? I see your point. Now try to see mine. I didn't even know I had a little girl till a couple of years ago.
My mom didn't tell you because you were drunk. I heard all about it.
That's why she left me.
I heard about that, too.
Well, she was right to do it. I was no kind of husband, and I would have made a rotten father. People change, Kathleen. You never knew me then, and I'm glad you didn't. That way you can know me now.
I don't want to.
I'm your father. You're stuck with me. Give me a chance. I got so much. You're a terrific kid. You don't want me, I'll disappear. Snap your fingers, and I'll be back. Just like magic. I don't do that for a lot of people.
What are we gonna do today?
You and me? Not a thing. I'm gonna take a nice, long walk around the park. And Miss Summers is gonna drop you off at Trish's birthday party. Is that okay with you, Miss Summers?
That'll be fine, Mr. Murphy.
Kathleen? Remember.
Are you all right, Mr. Alberts? I love that song. Bravo, dear lady. Well done.
My wife. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to witness the union of Ronald Alberts and Kimiko Finucci. Do you have the ring? You may place it on her finger. Do you, Ronald, take Kimiko to be your lawfully wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day onward?
Yes, and yes.
And do you, Kimiko, take Ronald to be your lawfully wedded husband, to have and to hold from this day onward?
The answer is yes, love.
Yes, love.
By the power vested in me, I now pronounce you man and...
You slime cattle! We are here to avenge Helvetica's honor.
I've never seen them before in my life.
At last, I find you at the altar of love. With another woman. Or seize him.
Stop! Who are you? Interested observer? He didn't finish the ceremony.
Wife.
Thank you.
Wife? Wife? I am wife!
Hurry, love, or we'll never make it.
Oh, I'm not your love, you slob! If you ever call me that again, I'll bust you in the shot!
Citizen's arrest! On what grounds?
Forgery.
Forgery?
Yeah, how else do you think you got the wedding license?
I'll sue you for false arrest. Then confess! Forgery! Insurance fraud!
Bigamy! Don't forget the bigamy!
Not a prayer.
Burt! Take you to my bedding bed at once!
Oh, not that. Anything but that. I confess. I confess.
So, you've been running around with Wes all day, huh?
Miss Finucci got married this afternoon.
What?
To Ronald Alberts, a.k.a. the Fox.
Yeah, we caught him. I did have to make a small personal sacrifice, though.
Marriage?
We still don't know whether it's legally binding or not. In any event, it can be annulled.
Alberts is in jail right now.
So you don't have to worry about some jealous husband coming after you or anything.
You're not helping, Wes.
Do I call you Mrs. Alberts, or is Kimmy still okay?
Don't make a big deal out of this, Murph. I'm warning you.
Hey. Thanks for helping me out. Sorry I missed your wedding.
How did it go with Kathleen?
No miracles.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe this'll help. I called Peck's assistant and told her that we nabbed the Fox, and she said, good, maybe this'll shut Charlie Danforth up. Seems Danforth's been calling Peck every day. So you were right about that, Murphy. He's out for blood.
It's not proof. You can't use it in court.
Who cares? I'll use it out of court.
You can't prove that.
And you can't prove I'm a graffiti artist. But I'll show Judge Gruber mine if you show him yours. We could make this a lot easier, Mar. On us. On Kathleen.
We could, if you drop the whole thing and stay out of our lives.
Court's starting.
Sometimes those of us who sit in judgment are asked to make decisions that we have no right making. It's one thing for a judge to divide property in a divorce or to pass sentence on a convicted criminal. But I have never felt comfortable in situations such as this one, where two human beings are fighting over custodial rights to a third. This is one judgment I would like to leave in the hands of the person who is going to be most affected by it, the little girl.
If the suggestion is that the child make this decision herself...
It is?
Then I object. She's been under the constant influence of her mother and stepfather. Excuse me, Your Honor. Don't you see what he's doing? He's playing right into Danforth's hands.
I don't care. It's Kathleen's call.
Objection withdrawn, Your Honor.
Mr. Danforth, do you have any problems with this?
No, Your Honor.
Fine. Miss Summers, if you will bring Kathleen into my chambers, we'll discuss this privately.
I know what I want.
Very well. Thank you, Miss Summers. Why don't you share your feelings with us?
I want to get to know my father better.
Kathleen!
It's okay, Mom. Don't worry. He's a nice man.
All right.
I object.
You have nothing to object to.
Your Honor.
Sit down, Mr. Danforth. Mrs. Danforth, I hereby direct you to surrender custody of Kathleen to Mr. Murphy on weekends and legal holidays. This court is adjourned.
And there'll be more Murphy's Law on Central next Thursday at 10 past midnight.